Hi, Miss Granderfield. You doing good? Yeah, you're breaking a lot of hearts out there? Yeah, just go easy on them, okay? No, I do. I gotta go. I just wanted to make sure you're doing okay. That's good to hear. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Sorry about that. I was just talking to one of my best friends, who is an 87-year-old woman. Let me say this up front. I like Pikmin 4. I think it's a good game. I've been playing this game all week long. Look at this camera. Whoa, mama. But I would say that my strongest feelings for Pikmin 4 are those of absolute resentment. Now, I know that a frequent criticism I receive for my analysis that I provide for you on this program is that it is often nitpicky. It is often whiny. Frequently, I'll get hung up on ridiculous things and miss what is actually important. Now, instead of improving and becoming more nuanced, tonight I figured I would just embrace and relabel my toxicity. Here are my 5 petty insults for Pikmin 4. Hey, Pikmin 4, your NPCs could all die and I wouldn't care. Do you even get that? If one single Pikmin gets swallowed up by a skinny dirt bird, that is heart-wrenching. That hurts. Now, if a Bulborb came through this camp and gobbled up every last one of these goofy little elf astronauts, I would, frankly, cheer it on. You know how screenwriters have 100 cheap tricks to get you to like a character within the first 2 pages of meeting them? Saving the cat, being nice to a visibly poor child, having a close relationship with an elderly person they're not related to. It's cheap, but it always works. Now, looking at these characters, none of these characters go out of their way to do anything special. I feel like Nintendo writing just has this presumptive quality to it where they just assume you will like their characters because they are the ones who are speaking right now. Their purpose is motivating the player to complete their mission, but their function is yammering. It is just yammering. They stand here at this base while you're away doing cool things and yammer at you. And I would accept yammering from characters I care about, but they don't give you anything. It's not my fault I don't like them. There was nothing provided. Who could possibly have any love for Colin? Please, all I'm asking is for something to come in and eat these people. Ms. Granderfield? Not now. Hey, Pikmin 4, your tubes are stupid. Dungeons were first introduced in Pikmin 2. They're not new, but somehow we're at this point where these stupid tubes have become full-on warp pipes. They just transport you to these mysterious, implausible realms. Sometimes you're just put in this challenge realm where there's a timer and rules for scoring. This tube is underwater. How does that work? How does any of this work? How are we in an aquarium right now? And you go down another tube and you just drop into another aquarium. And I know the responsible response is, Kyle, you're thinking about this too much. And that's, any video game you think about too much will fall apart eventually. I can't think about this a little. It's not about thinking about it too much. I can't, if you think about it for a second, the tubes stop making sense. You stupid tubes. Hey, Pikmin 4, I would rather kiss a mountain donkey's germ-filled snout than spend another minute in any of your night missions. Pikmin works on a fun day cycle, where you do all of your Pikmin business when the sun is up, because when it sets and nightfall comes, all of the creatures go wild. They change from hostile to ravenous. You cannot survive at night. It's the basis for Olimar's final smash. In Pikmin 4, it turns out nighttime is not so bad. There's these glowing ghost Pikmin and these mud towers that spit out green goo in the morning. The ghost Pikmin, by the way, are godlike. They teleport straight to you when they're done with their business. They can take down most large enemies in one hit because they can combine into a spirit ball. It's not scary to be out at night, and in fact, it's highly manageable. So this functions, I get this, as an extra game mode. It breaks up the pace. It's action heavy. But what I'm saying is that in world, it's Naruto level filler. And on top of that, it breaks the laws you've previously established. It'd be like, just like in Cars, if a human shows up and says, "Hi, can I drive you?" And Lightning McQueen says, "Okay." "Hey, Pikmin 4. The Ice Pikmin sucks." So I read through Nintendo's Ask the Developer for Pikmin 4, and it's truly interesting. It is worth reading. And there's one part I like is how proud they are of Pikmin, the designs, and how they're featured here in the Nintendo World theme park. They're icons. They really are. The Ice Pikmin is Pikmin 4's new one, and I don't think it's going to make it into the theme park. It just clearly doesn't have that star power, you know? It's a rock Pikmin, but made of ice. So to the hardworking team of Pikmin 4, I would just advise you take this one back and try again. Hey, Pikmin 4. Capping the Pikmin at 100 proves to me that you are weak. So we've got 7 or 8 types of Pikmin now. We got these ethereal challenge levels. We got gadgets and upgrades you can buy for you or your dog. We got a dog. They're really proud of this fact. The amount of things you can collect in Pikmin 4 is more than the number of items in all the previous titles combined. Yeah, I don't think more items is really evolving the series. It's just crazy to me. They're willing to expand in every single parameter except for that 100 Pikmin cap. Think it back to Pikmin 1. The thing that was impressive to learn about that game, and I'm just talking about reading about it in a magazine, the thing that was most impressive is that there could be 100 little creatures wandering around on the map. And then when you finally play the game in practice, all of that was actually real. They are 100 creatures. You could put them each in different spots around the map if you wanted to. It was a generation-defining moment. And now we're at Pikmin 4, man. It should be 5,000 Pikmin. It should be. You all know that. If you want to retain that novelty and specialness of what originally made Pikmin cool, I should be bossing around 21,000 Pikmin at least. Oh, but I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Kyle, come on now. Obviously, that would break the core design of Pikmin. You must trust these developers. There's a really good reason why they would never surpass the 100 Pikmin cap. And I am telling you, I am canonically in story doing a split-screen battle against a plant man in the Nether Realm. I have to send my dog charging at his dog so that it burps up a bomb that it was about to insert into my onion. For some reason, the one rule, the only precious thing about Pikmin is that there can never be more than 100. And I'm telling you, that is weakness. Now, if you find yourself writing a comment right now about how technically you could go down into a dungeon with 100 Pikmin and then you could exceed 100 for a little while, stop that. You know that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a sea. A massive, undulating, horrifying, map-covering mass of Pikmin, each obedient, willing, and grateful to die for my cause. Imagine the noise that would make. Times 100,000. Until then, Pikmin, you're an 8.4 series at best. And that's delayed input for this week. Thanks for watching. So hot off of last week's announcement of Skull Island Rise of Kong, Game Mill Entertainment announced another new game this week. Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl 2. It's possible you remember that Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl 1 was announced early in Delayed Input's life. This was Season 2. I tried to guess what its Open Critics score would be, and it's the reason why this thing is here every episode. If I'm 16 to 20 points off, I must print out the most liked comment to this episode and pin it or attach it to the backdrop for the rest of
this show's existence.
Now, with the announcement of a sequel, I see this as the perfect opportunity to recover from that loss. Here's my bet. Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl 2 will score 5 points better than its predecessor. Look at how much they improved April O'Neil. So I believe that launching with voiceover, having this roguelike single-player mode, will hopefully be enough to counteract how too soon and too similar this boring sequel looks. So if this game fails to score 5 points better than the first game, I will add a special thanks to my least favorite Nicktoon, Danny Phantom, to the credits forever. Now, if it succeeds, if it does score 5 points better, I get to do an entire episode of Delayed Input dedicated to the PC classic Rugrats All Growed Up, Older and Bolder. Game Mill Entertainment, don't let me down.